U.S. warships ready to confront threats in Yemen, the front line of global maritime stability. U.S. warships are preparing to respond to the increasingly tense situation in Yemen as part of efforts to strengthen maritime security in the volatile Middle East region. The readiness of the fleet reflects America's response to the growing threat from armed groups in Yemen, particularly Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. Growing tensions in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait and the Red Sea have prompted the U.S. to deploy several warships to guard vital shipping lanes in the region. The Bab el-Mandeb Strait is a strategic shipping lane that connects the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden, leading directly to the Indian Ocean. It is used by thousands of merchant ships each year, including those carrying oil from the Middle East to Europe, Asia, and the Americas. Disruptions to these shipping lanes can have a significant impact on the global economy, so the U.S. military presence in these waters is considered crucial to ensure trade stability and energy security. The presence of U.S. warships in the region is nothing new, but the escalation of the conflict in Yemen in recent years has demanded a more assertive response from the U.S. Houthi rebels, who control much of northern Yemen, have launched several attacks on merchant and military vessels traveling through these waters. With Iranian support, the Houthis use ballistic missiles, sea mines, and armed drones to disrupt international shipping operations. The U.S. has stationed several advanced warships, including Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, in the region.
We're here to make sure we continue.
These ships are equipped with advanced air and missile defense systems, as well as the ability to track and destroy threats from enemy ships, missiles, or drones. This combat readiness is expected to deter the Houthis or their allies in the region from continuing attacks on international vessels. In addition, these ships also play an important role in protecting merchant ships traveling this crucial shipping lane. Merchant ship escort operations have become part of the U.S. Navy's mission in the region. By providing protection to commercial vessels, the U.S. seeks to ensure that global supply chains are not disrupted by attacks by armed groups in Yemen.
Especially using a 240.
The U.S. government has stated that the presence of warships in Yemeni waters is also part of its commitment to protect the interests of its allies in the region. Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, which are part of the military coalition against the Houthis in Yemen, are actively cooperating with the U.S. to keep the waters around Yemen safe.
G2 wouldn't be where it is without the pressure and the work of everybody, the whole division as a whole.
The U.S. has also warned Iran against continuing to provide military support to the Houthis, which could worsen the situation on the ground. In recent months, tensions in the region have been heightened by reported Houthi attacks on oil tankers. These attacks have not only caused huge economic losses, but also increased the risk of military escalation in the region. U.S. warships are expected to provide the necessary deterrence to reduce the threat of further attacks and maintain maritime stability. In addition, U.S. military operations in Yemeni waters also include surveillance and reconnaissance aimed at monitoring enemy activities. Using advanced surveillance aircraft and drones, U.S. warships are able to detect and track the movements of armed groups on land and at sea. This information is then used to take the necessary actions to protect commercial vessels and prevent future attacks. In addition to direct military operations, U.S. warships are also involved in humanitarian aid missions in Yemen. The years-long conflict has caused a severe humanitarian crisis, with millions of Yemenis facing hunger and lack of clean water. U.S. ships are often used to distribute aid to civilians caught in the middle of the conflict, including food, medicine, and other basic necessities. U.S. warships also play an important role in maintaining diplomatic relations with countries in the region. Through the military presence in Yemeni waters, the U.S. is strengthening its alliance with the Gulf states and providing support to them in the face of threats posed by the Houthis and Iran.
Be up all night long trying to make sure that this stuff is ready to do its job.
This is part of a broader strategy to stabilize the Middle East region and protect U.S. interests there. The conflict in Yemen is a complex one with multiple actors and conflicting interests. While the U.S. seeks to maintain maritime security, resolving the broader conflict in Yemen requires a diplomatic solution involving all parties involved. The U.S. response to the situation in Yemen has also attracted the attention of the international community, particularly countries in Europe and Asia that have an interest in the security of shipping lanes. Many of them also support U.S. efforts to maintain freedom of navigation in the region, and some countries have sent their own ships to support maritime security missions in the Red Sea. In the long term, the presence of U.S. warships in Yemeni waters is expected to create greater stability and security in the region. However, as long as the conflict in Yemen remains unresolved, threats to maritime security will remain, and the U.S. must continue to adapt to the evolving situation. U.S. warships are ready to respond to any threat in Yemeni waters with speed and precision. Their flexibility and combat power allow the U.S. Navy to address a wide range of scenarios, from missile attacks to weapons smuggling attempts that could exacerbate the conflict. This preparedness is integral to U.S. efforts to protect vital international trade routes and maintain regional stability.